I'm a firm believer in how some people can be very, very articulate, have real high IQ, all this other stuff, be book smart, be absolutely, absolutely dumb when it comes to real life and actually just real everyday life with stuff. What's going to work, what can't work, what doesn't work, what may work, all that stuff. And this is a perfect example in the diecast community, what I'm getting ready to talk about for that actual thing. First of all, before I get started, please make sure you give this video a like at any time. Subscribe if you have yet to subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you get notified anytime we actually post a video. We do all kinds of videos here, not just talks like this. I do unboxings as I can. I sell stuff online, whatnot, on eBay. I'll do stuff about our shows, about upcoming shows, about products and stuff that may possibly be coming up. To sell. Stuff that's new release that's coming out, talk about the community in general, the diecast community, hobby community in general, really, because it's not just about diecast. It has been about diecast, but it's going to evolve into other stuff as well because I have a passion for sports cards and other hobbies and other stuff to collect as well. So yeah, you'll find something that you like. If you like collecting or hobbies or want information about this stuff and stuff like that, you would definitely like this channel and our content. Now, what I'm talking about as far as, intelligence and stuff like that, we all know those people that are very, very intelligent. And that's awesome. I mean, some of these people could just solve some of the biggest stuff on paper that there is, or can just solve stuff in general. But what a lot of them lack is they lack a little bit of the common sense aspect of it, because a lot of times they will come up with their intelligence for certain things, but when you go to apply it to the real world, it has to be tweaked a little bit. It's not 100% going to work. And stuff like that. For example, I don't mean to knock all my engineer friends, but I've had a lot of engineer friends in my life. Been around a lot of engineers that are very, very smart. I'm not knocking them at all, but a lot of times they come up with some stuff that looks real good on paper, but just doesn't work in the real world. All you have to do is look at factories and stuff, look at cars, how engineers come up with stuff, where to put this, where to put that, and it's just a headache. I worked in a factory one time where we were doing an automotive line for dual exhaust for a certain car. It was a exhaust pipe factory that made all the components really of an exhaust. But anyway, they wanted to develop these like small cranes to pick up this stuff, especially after you put them together so far, because they were all one big unit from the manifold all the way back to the tailpipes, and they were long and heavy. So they started designing little cranes at each station to take them from station to station. Like, okay, this is gonna work. Well, they got it down on the floor. Guess what? It didn't work. Parts of the machines and stuff were in the way. There was even a beam for the building that was in the way. Stuff like that. It's like I said, it's common sense stuff like that, when all they had to do was just ask the actual employees themselves, okay, look, you work in this area every single day, what would work the best on getting around this stuff? What do we need to get around all this other stuff? Again, just by paper, just by coming up with it in your head, doesn't mean it's always a good idea or that it's going to work in real life. But let's get to the actual reason why I'm actually talking about this stuff, and it has to do with the diecast world. And that is why these diecast companies keep continuing to make these what they call chase pieces. I get that there's a big craze for it. I get that it gives your brand a little bit more exposure. I get all that aspect of it. But when you come off the level of being smart and actually go to the level of actually just having common sense everyday life, it goes like this. Let's take the product just M2, for example. And you can take really any product. You can take Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Auto World, all of them. But anyway, let's just do M2 just for example. Most M2s, when it comes to the cubes, they come with 6 in a case. And then you get a chance of, depending on how many of them actually has a chase, you get a chance of a regular chase or a super chase. Well, most people nowadays are chasers. And it's what's ruining the market. It is. It's what's really ruined the market. It's what's really ruined the actual hobby in itself, and everything else. But again, not only that, but it's not smart. It's not smart. When you have, let's say, 5 vehicles that comes up in Walmart, okay, in that case, so one of them's an actual chase. Guess what? That one's going to get bought. The other 5, it's going to get left behind. You may sell 2 or 3 of the other ones, but you're not going to sell all of them. All of them are not going to sell. You're probably not even going to sell half of them till it sits there for a really, really, really long time. So is that smart? Is that smart just putting out one product that everybody wants, that is limited, by the way, and is not as mass produced as the rest of the products? Is that pretty smart for revenue? No, it's not. It's not. You would want more of everything overall on average selling. Because even when these scalpers and everything take these chases and super chases and put them on eBay, the secondary market and all that stuff and everything, whatnot, even if they decide to mark them up, the manufacturers don't get that money. The manufacturer only gets retail price for that stuff. So all you manufacturers out there, I know they're probably not going to listen to this video, or watch this video, but all the manufacturers out there, from Mattel to Round 2 that actually owns Johnny Lightning and Auto World, to the ones that manufacture green lights, the one that manufacture just all of them, they need to start working on getting more hype for all the products on average. I would be okay with these manufacturers getting rid of the chases for a while. Saying that, nope, no more chases. I see people weren't buying our other products and stuff and everything that we're putting out and everything. People are only wanting this. They're leaving all this other stuff behind. And that's the reason why you are losing money. You may still be in the profit, but from, if you look at how much you profit from years behind on average, with the percentage of inflation and all that other stuff and everything, you will see that you are actually losing money with these chases and super chases. It's just common sense. It's common sense. And scalpers, I want to tell you this real quick, or people that only worry about getting that chase or super treasure hunt or whatever it may be. I want to tell you that, eventually it'll get to where you're not going to be able to get as many of those items. Okay. If you're doing it to make money, to sell the stuff, eventually you're not going to get the money you want to for those. Already the market is going down on super treasure hunts. Used to be the cheapest super treasure hunt you could really find was about $40 to $60. Well, now you can find super treasure hunts for like $20, $25. Uh, so, you know, you're ruining the actual market for you to actually make more money. So you need to quit just concentrating just on chases and start concentrating on everything overall. And it's the same way with people that just like concentrate just on square bodies. Like, oh, that's all I got to do is get square bodies. Oh, that's all I got to do is do JDM. Or that's all I got to do is do this or whatever. Same way with that. There's only so many of those as well. Start building the community back up to where people are interested in everything that's out there. Like the people that, like me, that absolutely love the diecast cars in general, and looking at them and seeing how they're cool and all this other stuff, not just because they're maker or the model or just because they're a chase or not a chase. Start doing that. You can still pick up your chases, your super chases, and all that other stuff and everything. You can still do that. Don't get me wrong. But if you don't start doing the other stuff as well and you only concentrate on that, you're only going to run the market for diecast into the ground. And it's already getting there. If things don't change, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be horrible within the next 5 years. So yes, I implore people that only concentrate on that stuff to just start concentrating on everything overall. There's already people out there now finally speaking out and saying, oh my gosh, I am so glad there's a set to come out without a square body in it. Or people saying, oh my gosh, they're really milking these skylines. Just all kinds of stuff like that. Or people saying, wow, why do people like this chase or this super chase or whatever? It's just a stupid looking vehicle. It doesn't even look right and everything and stuff. People want it just because it's chase. That's dumb. That's dumb. I see posts too as well on social media that says just in general, in a day and age where everybody's chasing treasure hunts and super treasure hunts and all this other stuff. I'm a collector. I enjoy the cars for the cars. And they show a lot of awesome cars there, which was an awesome find. A lot of people in the Facebook groups, when they comment on that stuff, can be kind of rude and childish. I got a video coming up about that here soon. But people are starting to get tired of that. They're starting to get tired of that. And again, it's going to either come down to where you're not going to get hardly any sales anymore, or you're just not going to get the actual price that you want for it. Because again, the market's driving them things down and driving them down fast in price. People are starting to wise up. Buyers are starting to wise up. Need to concentrate on the overall. Get cars, sell cars, and collect cars for what they are, what they look like, if they're neat, if they're cool, not just because they're something that you feel that can make you a lot of money, or they're super chase, or they're chase, and all that other stuff. It's not the way to go about it. I have people tell me all the time in my whatnot streams and stuff, or even privately, they'll send me a message. They'll be like, man, I really like the products and stuff that you sell. The stuff that you sell, you hardly ever sell like chases or super chases and stuff like that. But not only that, but you sell a lot of stuff that just isn't the norm. Like I said earlier, the square bodies, the JDMs. I still sell that stuff, but I'm talking about just concentrating on that. I try to pick up stuff that not everybody wants, or that I think that people want, but people just aren't selling online because they're too concentrated on this other stuff. That's the way to be. That is the way to be, in my opinion. But anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. But most importantly, if you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. You will see an actual logo come up either on this side or this side one. We can click it and subscribe straight from that logo, or you'll see some playlist in another video pop up as well where you can watch more of our videos. Feel free to do that. Give us some watch time. We'd really appreciate it. Help support us. We also have links down in the description of this video you can check out as well. Everything from our whatnot to just information to stuff that we use that might help you out as a collector or as a seller, all that stuff. But anyway, we hope you all had an amazing, blessed day, and we'll see you in the next one.